If I don't recall your name, permit me. I can see James, I can see Adekunle, I can see Busola, I can see Bernard, I can see Justin, I can see Timothy, I can see Adeyemi Mustafa, the man that is treating water in every nook and cranny of the world. If you have water challenge, talk to me. I know who to bring. So we are glad to have you all tonight. Our last topic, I will like someone to remind us, what did we discuss last time? It seems this is now getting to very interesting. If anybody can remind us what we discussed last time, I have a gift for the person. Just drop it in the chat box. Our last topic. This is what we discussed. Because I want there to be consistency in our discussion. So if you know what we have discussed, or if you can remember what we discussed last time, except Deborah and Akabas. She knows what I'm talking about, Akabas. So except Deborah and Akabas, every other person are free to answer this.
I wanted to ask if I was qualified too. That's not fair.
Oh, now I've already said you and your Kabas. You and your entourage. You know what I mean. You will not get this gift. In fact, the gift may finally come from you. But
Okay.
anybody remember our last topic? Let's look at our last topic quickly, a brief of it, then we kick off. We have 1 hour for this program, and I'm assure you that you're going to benefit massively from it. That I can assure you. That I can assure you. You're going to benefit massively from this program. Our last topic, we'll remember, who can drop it. There's a gift for the person going. The gift is going on. The gift is, I'm bringing this gift from Tanzania tonight. So I'm taking this gift. I will take it back. I'll give the Tanzanians that are beside me here. I'm going to give it to them. If you don't get it, I want a Nigerian to get it, but it seems Nigeria don't want to have it. So I will just give the gift to the Tanzanian around me. Anybody remember our last one? Oh, it seems these people are new people that came to join us today. The people who were in the last class, maybe they've gone on sabbatical, or they will join us later.
Yeah.
So
Probably
now
you try
Deborah, come to
again.
our list. What's our last topic?
Okay, so keeping your farm records, benefits of importance of keeping your farm records. That was our last topic.
Simple.
Keeping your farm
Very, very simple.
records.
Yeah, the benefit of keeping farm record,
Benefits of keeping.
farm record keeping, and it was marvelous. I've seen changes. I've seen people who go to me and they are appreciating the fact that they are appreciating the fact that we have given them a simple way to keep their farm record. We simplify it. Remember what I told you last time? I said the only way you can keep an eligible farm record is having a simplified farm record. Simplify your farm record. That is the best record. The best farm record is a simple farm record. And we are giving you a simple farm record. So you are having the best farm record. Forget those complicated ones. Just take the simple one we are giving you. I'm going to explain that very one again tonight later. But let us kick off. Tonight's topic. Permit me to take water again. There's a dry season here. So my name is Okon Etiobongama, and I'm the CEO of Produce Integrated Farms and Services Limited. I'm your host tonight, and your co-host is Deborah Falope. Please introduce yourself briefly, then we can kick off.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Deborah Falope, and I'm the co-founder and chief operating officer at Aquatrack. Yeah, so I don't know. Is that should I go
She's
further?
our co-host tonight.
Yes, thank you.
So, thank you all for joining us tonight. I bring you greetings from third Eastern African Aquaculture Conference happening in Mwanza, Tanzania. That's where I am currently, and I'm bringing greetings from here. And I want to tell you that massive things are happening in the aquaculture industry. In fact, one of those things we discussed during the conference is aquatic health management. I never knew we were going to discuss it when this topic was picked. I came here to come and see that discussion going on. So I'm going to give you tips of what we discuss during the conference, especially for aquatic health management. However, tonight's topic is just you and your fish health. You will agree with me that the health of your fish is the health of your pocket. I've said that a couple of times, and people are looking at me. Why we say so? A healthy pocket is a fat pocket. A healthy bank account is a fat bank account. But when your fish health is deteriorating, those fat pockets and fat bank accounts will start shrinking. Yes, it will start shrinking. Then you will start crying. In fact, it is also your own health. The health of your fish directly affects you as the owner of the farm. Because imagine someone call you you leave your fish healthy this night, and you feed them, they're all happy, they ate the food, and you came back tomorrow morning only for you to see your fish all dead. Won't that be amazing to you? Your BP may decide to go to the moon. You get what I'm saying? So people normally advise some things that for fish farmers, if you have underlying illness, especially blood pressure illness, please do well to avoid some things in fish farming business. You can do some other parts, maybe you can do the processing, but there are some technical ones you need full technicality in doing it. So your health is directly influenced by your fish, for your fish health. So the health of your fish affects your health, affects your bank account, affects even your pocket, affects everybody around you. So you and your fish health. So a healthy fish is a healthy owner. Now, work with me. Imagine you went to go and buy a juvenile fish. You bought a juvenile fish. Now, Prudent is selling juvenile fish 100 naira for each. So you carry juvenile fish, you take it to your pond. 100 naira for one juvenile fish. Remember 100 naira. You take this juvenile fish to your pond, you put them in your pond. You bought 100 pieces or 1,000 pieces. You put them in your pond. Now, work with me. You pay transport. You pay transport to go and buy those fish. Or maybe you drive in your car, so you bought fuel. You record those things. Now remember, I talked about recording last time, and I said it's very important to record everything. So including your transport, including the money you used to go and buy, you record everything down. After spending that amount of money to buy these fish, put them in your pond. Then you wake up the following day. Out of 1,000 fish, 500 are gone. So 500 times 100 fish. That is what 100 naira. That is 50,000 naira gone in the twinkling of an eye. Now, you understand this with me, that if this happened to somebody who has high blood pressure, that person can decide to go and meet his great-great-grandfather in the grave when he's not prepared for that. So taking care of your health, of the health of your fish, is indirectly taking care of yourself. There's an hospital that I read about in Kenya, where the hospital established a small fish pond at the backyard. So a patient who is recuperating will be taken to those fish ponds to go and even attempt to feed those fish. The excitement that comes with the patient or with the person who is recovering, feeding this fish, it makes the person recover on time. Oh, don't you know why we have aquarium inside the house? People put aquarium, aquarium, those goldfish, those ornamental fishes, you put them in one glass and water, you make the environment clean, you put them right in your house. Do you know why that's happened? So that each time you pass through the aquarium, each time you pass through your house, your parlor or your sitting room, and you see this aquarium, you see the fish flowing inside, your blood pressure becomes normal. You get excited. The case study is my wife. Each time she go and feed fish, she will stay and stay. I said, what are you doing in this pond? Leave this little fish, you can come back. She said, no. I said, are you giving the fish feed one by one? She said, no. I said, so what are you doing? She said, she's just excited feeding the fish. So it lowers your blood pressure. It makes you normal.
It gives you very good blood pressure. I went to do a checkup recently, and the doctor put something in my hand and said, put the blood pressure machine in my hand and check. After checking, he looked at me and he said, "Are you doing business?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Your blood pressure is normal." Or a businessman has been coming here, their blood pressure is never normal. But me, my brother, say, "What are you doing? Which business are you doing?" I say, "I'm doing fish farming." He said, "And this thing does not give you trouble." I say, "Well, whenever I'm feeding my fish, I'm feeling all right." He said, "Oh, I can see." So that means that there's a correlation between the health of your fish and your own personal health. Let's continue. Now, if that fish die and you lose money, eventually you have lost part of the profits that should have come to you. You are making loss from day one. You have made losses from day one. If the only 500 fish survive, some people will not get aggressive and say, this one fish, I know how much I suffer to raise them. And when I was losing them, over 500 died. And then I want to sell this fish 10,000 for 1 kg. It's ridiculous. Am I the one who said part of the fish should die? That's it. Now let's go quickly. Now, how do you identify fish that's about to die? Fish that are sick. How do you identify them? Let's start with that. So we can now start coming back to every other thing. So some people, it's too elementary. Some people want to know how you identify fish that is sick. Fish does not have mouth to tell you that they are sick. So they cannot talk. They are like toddlers. They cannot talk. Your fish cannot talk because they have shown you that they will give you symptoms. One good news about fish, what fish have over other animals like poultry, is the ability for them not to die all at once. You know why? Especially catfish. You know why? Catfish is not affected by virus. Any kind of virus will not affect catfish. Yeah, viruses, none of them will affect catfish, but it will affect tilapia. That's why tilapia farmers are very, very cautious. One small virus in their pond will wipe the whole stock overnight. That same virus is what killed poultry. So in poultry farm, you can sleep in the morning, sleep at night, wake up in the morning, all the birds gone. So it's highly risky. But for catfish, they will not die all at once. Virus is very potent, more potent than bacteria. Do you understand? You get what I'm saying now? Virus is very potent, more potent than bacteria. And that is why bacteria only take phases to kill your livestock or fish. Phases meaning that bacteria affect your fish gradually. They build up gradually. Yes, bacteria build up. So every fish, especially catfish, will show you sign that I am about to go down. Please save me from going down. Save me. That is what the fish will tell you. It will show you sign. Now, what are the signs? First one is loss of appetite. This fish, in this pond, ate 30 kg. Eats 30 kg every day. Suddenly, they eat 10 kg. You should be worried. You say, why will this fish be eating 10 kg? I am worried. I need answer. But then, some other problem some other things may be the reason why they're eating 10 kg. Number one, maybe loss of oxygen in the water, depletion of oxygen in the water. Number two, maybe the weather is cold, so they cannot eat well. Fish don't eat plenty under cool weather. Okay, do you get that now? Number one, your fish, when the weather is cold, they don't eat. Number two, okay, I thought you were going to speak. Number one, when the weather is cold, they don't eat. Number two, depletion of oxygen in water, in that very water. You know, oxygen, I've always told that oxygen aid in digestion of feed. So when there's no oxygen, they will avoid feed because the feed will become too bogus in their stomach. Do you get that now? Now, let's continue. So you have to agree with me when you check those things that why your fish is not eating. Number three, maybe the feed is not palatable to them. Yes, the feed is not palatable. Maybe number four, maybe they just finish eating and they cannot eat more. But you're not consistently. Remember, I told you that your fish that was eating 30 kg now is not eating 10 kg. Just ate 10 kg. So you will not start looking, What other reasons can this fish not eat? You have checked out, you have cleaned those things up. You now discover that, let me try them again the following day. The following you take feed down there, they eat another 10 kg. The third day, so there's a challenge somewhere. So if the appetite suddenly drop, you know that the fish is sick. It's telling you that I'm sick. Number two, I want to be very simple as possible. You know, everybody goes school, so we just simplify. Number two, if you see your fish standing erect in that pond, they are not swimming. They are all standing like this, standing straight, as if they are singing the national anthem, either the old one or the new one. If you see your fish standing erect, just know that that fish is sick. Especially if you have not fed them. If you feed fish, normally, especially juvenile fish and fingerlings and to jumbo size, after feeding them, they will stand erect for a period of time, maybe few seconds. They will stand straight for a few seconds. When I stand straight for a few seconds, the next thing that will happen to them is that they will start swimming. But if this fish is standing straight for a few seconds and they do not continue to swim after a few seconds, then there's a problem with them. When you touch them, they run and they'll go and stand somewhere else straight. There's a problem with that fish. So what do you do in that case? Know that this fish is sick. We're going to come back to how you know that fish is sick. I am taking them one by one. Remember, number one, I told you that when there is sudden loss of appetite. Number two, when they are standing straight without moving. Number three, when you notice different things on the skin of the fish. That's why during feeding of fish, you should be very careful. You should be very observatory. Don't just be a dumper. I've seen people do videos on the internet and they'll just pack feed and pour in water. They saw the fish rush the feed and they are happy. Ladies and gentlemen, dumpers are not feeders. Stop dumping feed inside pond. Give it to them as if you are serving them. That's where your money is. So don't just be dumping feed inside. When you're dumping feed inside, you will not even know the fish that has something else, patches on their body. Either red parchment or white parchment or the whiskers or the barbels. The barbels are cutting off or getting whitish. You will not know. You won't see them because you just pour the feed there and walk away. Please don't be dumpers. Maybe I'm going to take my time later in future. Maybe our next topic or the next video is to talk about how to feed your fish. But let's concentrate now. So if you are a dumper, you will not know when your fish is sick. But if you're a feeder, you feed your fish gradually. You will see that some fish are not coming to eat. You see the skin of the fish or some fish is peeling up. You see that tail is getting rotten or getting whitish. You see the barbel getting wet. So when you see that sign, you know the fat fish is definitely sick. Some of them may be eating. Yes, despite the rotten barbel, they will still be eating. But know that fish will soon die. Remember I told you that catfish get very long life. The life of catfish is as long as the Nile River. Yes, River Nile. That's how long. It's so long. See, the death of catfish does not die on that day you kill it. It has started dying some time back. So because of the versatility of catfish and the longevity of their life and the longevity they pass through or they are, they tend to be funny. When I say they tend to be funny, they absorb all these bad things to themselves and they still behave normal. They still behave normal till one day to just break down and fall off. Do you understand what I'm saying? So catfish is like that. Unlike maybe tilapia is never like that. Tilapia death is very sharp. At the same time, for tilapia, they may start dying some time ago, but their own durability is a bit smaller, so they can just go off anytime. Let's continue. Another way to identify fish that is sick is by, I've told you, by looking at their barbels, their skin when you are feeding them. That is when you see them. When you are not feeding them, you may not see them. They may be hiding under the water and so on. So another way to check fish that are sick is to look at them critically. I've given you the morphology. Just look at them critically. I've told you that number one, the appetite reduced. Number two, the appetite reduce. That is number one. Number two is when they don't. That is appetite reduce, that they eat and they do not eat well. So when they suddenly does not eat well, that is one. Number two, they are standing erect or standing straight in the pond and not moving, even though you just stop. It's not that you just fed them. So that's number two. Number three, I said during feeding, look at them critically, and you are able to discover that their skin is having challenges, either white patchment, red patchment, rotten tail. You see those things. That is a sign of sickness, and that fish will soon tell you that it's going to see his grandfather. Now, let's continue. What are the causes? What causes fish sickness? For this cause of fish sickness, I'm going to look at the diseases. Okay, disease in African catfish 1 and 2. I'm going to look at disease in African catfish 1 and 2. Please work with me. The African catfish is very rugged. Because of the ruggedity, it does not die on time. So, but there are some unique diseases that affect them. There's some unique diseases that affect them. So you have to look at the kind of bacteria that give them room, or that give them room to be able to either thrive better or not thriving well. Look at it. Let me see the notes I picked down on my phone here. So, since they are tough, they have high resistance to infection. Beautiful. Disease can occur, and this is very essential you recognize these early signs I have given to you. But listen to this. Most diseases in African catfish are often associated with stress due to poor water quality. I told you that we are going to look at the causes of fish disease. Due to pure water quality, suboptimal management, your poor management skill, high ammonia and nitrates combined together, low dissolved oxygen. Overall, all these things weaken the immune system of African catfish. Now, I have told you that the feed intake may reduce when this happens. When this feed intake reduces, what do? You start looking at what have I done to this fish to make this fish start reducing their feed intake. Okay, it's not looking at what is that you have done to them to make you see that they've reduced their feed intake. Okay, so we are going to look at. I've mentioned some few things that practically will make you look at the catfish and tell yourself that this fish is sick. I've mentioned that. I've also mentioned to you some of the few causes of sickness, the way you handle them, low oxygen, stress. When you're stressing, especially when you handle them, is stress. It lowers the immune system, and the lowering of the immune system actually help it's called harmful bacteria, or they are called opportunistic bacteria. We're going to come to that. We're going to look at that later. The harmful bacteria or opportunistic bacteria. They are bacteria in the body of fish, of catfish itself. They'll be there resting. They will be dormant. They will not be doing anything. But immediately you stress them, they kick off, and this fish will start exhibiting those signs I just told you that will happen. Do you understand now? So those bacteria will be there. They will not be doing anything. Remember, of course, most of them in Africa, we have our mosquito bites affecting us. And most people believe that, or medically, you have believed that this mosquito bite is just there, and it's when you are stressed, especially when you are stressed, after doing a whole lot job and not resting, when you are stressed, your immune system is lower. Mosquito bites you, malaria comes into you. That's what most people get to believe. So it's also happening in catfish. If you don't handle them, you stress them, maybe. Do you know, even by feeding fish, you are stressing them because they take a whole lot of energy to be able to digest feed. It's not talk of the fact that after feeding them, you go and disturb the water. They will just vomit the food for you and tell you that, Oga, please keep your food. Is this because of this small food you are giving us? So please, everything you do to catfish, by removing them from water, by Even changing of water stresses this fish. And that's why technically when you want to change water, it in fact it is better, especially for stagnant water, it's better you don't change all the water at once. You change them gradually. If you can afford to do flow through system, beautiful. Please do that so that you will not stress your fish. So that this the bacteria that are supposed to come into it, that start getting active, start multiplying and start getting active, will not overcome your fish. Do you understand that now? So let us continue. Let's continue. Yes, let's continue. Let's continue with Deborah. Please, from your end, let us know what you are doing for us. Remember, I told you that this program is brought to you. People while our this thing, our brokers know that this program is brought to you by Aquatrack. Aquatrack is here tonight. The CEO is here tonight to tell us more about this platform called Aquatrack. So she has 10 minutes to do that. After then, we'll come into the other remaining causes of disease. They will not go into treatment of this disease. After the treatment, we'll end up with preventive measures. That is all. So we are done by 11, I say 11 p.m. We are done by 9 p.m. Nigerian time and 11 p.m. Tanzanian time. Thank you very much. Deborah, over to you, please. You have 10 minutes.
Okay. Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you very, very much for tuning in today. I'm just going to do a brief introduction about myself for those people that are just joining in. My name is Deborah Falope, and I'm the co founder and chief operating officer for Aquatrack. Now, you might be asking, what is Aquatrack? Yeah, like the name implies, Aquatrack is a mobile platform, it's an application that we are building to help farmer manage their farm. So we're talking about record keeping, we're talking about farm management over here. Now it's a simplified way for farmers to be able to record and manage their farm in summary, right? So now I'm also for context, I'm also a fish farmer, and we started fish farming in 2020. We started with small scale, right? But over the years, while the farm was growing, while we continued increasing our produce, we discovered a lot of challenge in terms of keeping our records. So now I and my sister, Ms. Busola Falope, she's also on this call, who is the founder and CEO. We came together and we tried to build this platform called Aquatrack that could help us now record these things without giving us that stress of using our paper and pen, especially towards harvesting. We discovered that as we're growing, we increased our stock. So when we are harvesting, right, the bulkiness, the way it's scattered, and you have to use your calculator over and over again. You see those little stress, especially when you're doing large scale, right? Came in. So we said, okay, we're going to build a solution that would solve this problem. And that is how we built Aquatrack. Now, not to waste anybody time, I'm just going to quickly give you a rundown of everything that we're offering here at Aquatrack. Now, you can actually search us on Chrome. We're currently on Chrome, right, or any of your browsers. We don't have a mobile application yet. We're not on the Play Store yet, but you can be accessing us on your any of your browser, be it Chrome, be it Safari, be it Opera Mini, whichever browser you're currently using, you can access our website, right? So all you have to do is go to www.aquatrackinc.com. After this, I'm going to drop it in the chat, so just stay tuned. And there you'd go, and then you get to see like our homepage. This is how the site looks. This is how it looks. So you can see our mission is to empower fish farmers and transform the aquaculture industry. Yeah, you see all the products that we are offering. We're currently the rest are currently under construction. We are still building. We are quite new. But our farm management tool is already up and ready for farmers to use. So you can see this is our landing page. You can see all the things we are offering: effortless data tracking. We're offering AI powered recommendations, real time insights, financial tracking, which is very important, secure data storage, and inventory management. So that's basically all the things that we're about. So I'm quickly going to log into my account. Probably in the next session, we'll go over the onboarding session. But if you're new, once you just come to this point, all you have to do is to sign up and create your own account. But I have my own account, so I'm just going to go straight to the point so as not to waste our time. So yeah, so this is This is my screen. Can everyone see my screen, please? Mr. Okona, is my screen visible?
Yeah, I can see your screen. You have blue. Want to? Is it blue? Welcome back there to click on.
Yes. So this is my screen. I don't know if it's up to date. I'm currently in the management tool. Yes, so share this tab instead. Good. So now this is the platform I have logged in. I think most of you didn't see how I got to this point based on the fact that I'm not sharing all my tabs. But once you log in, this is where you're going to see, this is your dashboard, right? This is everything. Just imagine your book, right? Aquatrack, everything you do on your book, you cannot do it here on Aquatrack. And we are very responsive because you can keep your record and you can access your record anytime, any place, any day. You can use your laptop, you can use your mobile phones, you can use your tablet, whatever. It's very easy for you. So you see your record is on. If you're going to get your feed, right, buy your feeds, you can just open your phone and then start doing your records. You don't need to stress because we're making everything easy. So now, as you can see, this is this farm dashboard. You can see it's greeting me. Good evening, Deborah. I can see this is an overview of my farm. So this is the capital. This is the current capital on this farm. Profit is still zero because we've not reached up to our capital, and then you can see total expenses that hasn't. Please, can you mute your? I don't know who is making noise at the background. I don't know if.
Please mute your background, please.
Yeah, mute. Sorry. Okay.
You are searching for the person and mute the person on your end.
Yes. I'm trying to do that. Sorry for the delay in transmission. I just really want everybody. Okay. Good. Okay. So back to what I was saying. So this is the dashboard that I believe every farmer should be having by now. I mean, enough with that book and pen that can easily get damaged or spoiled, and probably with a lot of inaccurate calculations, right? So now you can see this is the Aquatrax dashboard. Yeah, it's showing you a graph representation of like your mortality rates and like everything done on your farm. You can also add tasks here on Aquatrack. So probably you need to get feed, you need to get drugs, you need a day for treatment, and you want to be reminded. You want to stay on track on this thing. So you can add your task, and once you add your tax and save, the system will do also remind you that this is what you have to do. Yeah, you can see a pie representation of every single thing on this farm. You can see that this farm currently has a total unit of 568 fish. We have two batch on this farm. We have 262 bags of feed currently on this farm and one pond. So I've not really done much on this farm because this is a text farm. This is a test farm. This is not an actual farm. Now, the beauty about Aquatrack is that you can have multiple farms. You can see this is Viniche Org, and we have like multiple farms under Aquatrack. We have Viniche Farm, we have our test farm, which we are currently on. So you can put as much farms if you're a manager or if you're a consultant, you can manage as much farms as you want on this system. You don't need to have like multiple books, right? So you can just have everything in one place. Now we have our batching system. Now, another bit of Aquatrack is that everything is mostly automated. You don't need to stress. You don't need to start using your calculators. You don't. In fact, you're not going to be using your calculators anymore because everything is being calculated for you. Every petty thing that you never knew had stress in it is it. So this is the batching system. So once you log into the Aquatrack system, the first step the system will require for you is to create your farm. So after you've created your farm, the next step is to impute your batch, right? So now let's say I got this is August. Let's say I got an August batch. This is an August batch. I purchased 3,000 pieces of post fingerlings at I don't know how much is fingerlings now. Post fingerlings 75.
Oh, but Project is selling juvenile for 100 naira.
Hey,
I've told them to
please,
reduce
so
it.
it's 75 naira. Yeah, don't kill us. So you can see this
Yeah,
August
I've
batch.
told them to reduce it. Project said they will not reduce it. So I am just here looking at them.
Okay. Okay, so you see, this is August batch, 3,000 pieces of units purchased at 75 naira. You can see the system has calculated that what I spent on this purchase was 225,000. I don't need to use my calculator. So yeah, you pick up your species, catfish, of course, the fish type, post fingerlings, the vendor where you bought it from. The bit of Aquatrack keeps you like on track. So in case you need to, maybe this set did very well, and you need to go and check which vendor you bought it from. You see, because of this app proper records, you can always come back and see what you did well or see the vendor you got it from for accountability sake. So now as you can see, I'm creating this batch. So I've created the badge. You can see it has come up August batch, 3,000 pieces, post fingerlings, and the rest. So the next beautiful thing we have here is our inventory where we track our feeds. So now you can see I can come here and add my feeds. So I'll just quickly go over this. So this is my feed. So I just got a new set, right? I need to get them feed. So let's just say I'm getting 2 for them and I'm getting top feed because of the economy. So top feed, yeah, and I want to buy 50 bags of top feed. Now, price of top feed. Let's just say 30,000. So you can see I spent 1.5 million. The system has calculated that for us. So I bought them 2 and then it's for which batch. The system will ask which batch you're imputing this information to. So I have to input it at August batch because it's August batch I bought this feed for. And then the vendor, who did I buy it from? I bought it from Madam Stella. Those in Port Harcourt. I'm sure you would know Madam Stella. She's very popular. Yes. So I've added that purchase. You can see it's currently said here it's in stock. So as I can also do like my expenses and the rest. I don't want to like go over every single future, but if you have time, once you log in, you can do this. Now, the next step, of course, is our ponds. Now, I won't start creating a pond, but I'll use the already existing ponds here to prove, to like explain what I'm trying to talk about in this area. So now our ponds help you to like track your mortality rate. So every good farmer knows that tracking your mortality is very beneficial because that way you stay informed, right? You know what's happening. So as you can see, in this pond, we currently, let me use the one with whole number. In this pond too, we currently have 760 unit of fish in this pond currently. Now let's say, God forbid, it's not our portion. No. Let's say you lost like 10, you had like 10 mortality, 10 drops in this pond. So once you come here, you view your details, you edit, then you come and update the system to 10. Okay, 10 drops, and then you save the change, right? So you can see our system has automatically detected, like has automatically subtracted 10 units from this pond. So now you know that what you have now on this pond is 750 and no longer 760. So you see, it keeps you like you're calculating what's happening. So during your harvest, you don't need to be confused. You already know what's based on all the mortality rates you've imputed, at least the ones you've seen. Because we know sometimes, most times, you don't really get everything accurate, but at least the one you can account for, you can come and impute it here so you can stay up to date. So now another beautiful thing Aquatrack is bringing to the table is our harvest screen. Like I said, larger scale farmers, you know the hassle of writing our harvest on book and pen. After you've sold, maybe you've sold over like 500 rubbers, and you need to start going over from the beginning to start getting using a calculator to make sure you're getting your things right. Except for very few people like maybe use Excel, which is still complex. Not everybody can use Excel. So now with Aquatrack, simplified these calculations for you. Now this was a harvest that we did. As you can see that this harvest will show you total amount, total capital, total profits, total expenses on the batch, total pieces of what you sold, and total kg. Now, this is how the harvest screen looks like. Everything is automated. Each customers have their own column, and let me just expand this person's column. This is Mr. Star. Is Starboy. So this is Starboy's own purchase. So Starboy purchased two things in this farm when we harvested, and his total bid is 44,000. Total pieces of fish he got was 16 and 18. So if you go over to Otumba, you can see Otumba did a lot of purchase. His own bill is 542,000. So everything is simplified. So I just want to quickly input something, maybe in Starboys, and so you see how it works. So you insert new row under the column. Then Starboy bought 25 at 50 kg. You can see everything is calculated already. Everything is automated. Then he bought it this thing 10 pieces, right? So you can see everything is calculated, everything is simplified, and all our tables are graph tables. So you can have as much harvest as you want, and all of them will have their own receipts. So once they are done with their harvest, you can just come, okay, what is my own bill? You can just open up their own tab and them their bill. Everything is made easy. Life is made easy. You don't need to start stressing with your calculator. You don't need to start stressing with inaccurate reports. So yeah, so I don't know if there's any questions because there's a lot of things, right? I feel like we should have one session whereby we really go over
Yeah, yeah.
everything forward.
I think if there will be any question, they should start dropping the question in the chat box.
Yeah.
Then we will take them up at the end of the list. So start dropping your question in the chat box as we proceed. Thank you very much, Deborah.
Yeah.
Thank you for opening our eyes to Aquatrack.
Yes, and
we
then
will
sorry,
always
can I
back
add? Sorry, let
our
me just add
feedback.
something very quickly. So another beauty of Aquatrack is that even if you're not in Nigeria, probably you have like managers working on your farm, you're not directly involved with these things. The beauty of Aquatrack is that you can actually add people into the system. As you can see, we have a farm admin, right? So we have various roles. You can be someone like we have farm admin, you have view farms. So let's say you have a manager and you just want to be up to date with what's going on with your money. You want to be up to date with what's going on your farm. So you can create this account and then you can add your manager to be a farm admin. So that way you have access, he has access. So on your free time, you can come in here and see how your money is being spent or basically what's happening. Yeah, so that's it. So we're also doing a lot of exciting features because like I said, we are very new. We just launched them in June. Yeah, we just launched in June, but we've been on this project for over a year now. Yeah, so like Mr. Kun said, question in the comments. There's a lot, right? But probably with your questions, I can give you more clarity. Thank you very much.
Okay, please mute whoever is over there. Please kindly mute the Chiamaka. You can see the question, the comments there in the chat box.
Yes.
So thank you very much. Well, thank you for opening our eyes to this. Like I've said, it's amazing. And like the last feature you just mentioned of people being somewhere else, and they can also impute the farmer as the admin, so the people who are absentee farmers can also know what is happening in their farm on time basis. So I want to thank you for that. This question I will arise from Aquatrack, please drop it in the chat box, and we're going to take the question 5 minutes before the end of the time. We'll take the question. Now, remember I was talking about the causes, and I want to take causes of fish sickness and preventive measures you need to put in place. No, not curative measure. Okay. Curative measure. There's a question for you, after this. When we finish 5 minutes at the end of the class, we're going to take all of them. Now, let us continue. I'll give you 4 different major causative agents of fish sickness. Number 1 is bacteria. Like I said before, I mentioned bacteria before. One of the commonest bacteria that affects fish is Ergonomas. Yes, Ergonomas. Ergonomas is a very common bacteria. It's always there, always waiting. But once your water parameters drop, or once your water quality drops, they take off and they take over your pond and start affecting your fish. It's very important you keep your water quality at optimum. You can say I've put preventive and causes together now. I say Ergonomas is everywhere. It's always in your pond. Ergonomas is always in every pond you go to that has catfish already have Ergonomas, but they will not be active until the water gets poor. Once the water quality drops, they get they start misbehaving. Ergonomas comes up and affect them. Now the next one is parasites. Now, this parasites like Costia, like Trichodynia, these parasites are always there. They are there in your fish. They are the one that if you see your fish just start swimming erratically, using head to scratch
the bottom of the pond, using body to scratch the walls of the pond. Once you start seeing such movements in your fish, you see your fish using their body to scratch. You have seen goats before using body to scratch the walls of the pond. Yeah, once you see fish doing that, know that a parasite is already affecting them. And one of the parasites is called either Costia or even a parasite that is called Chilopodelia. Yeah, Chilopodelia. So forget about the name. Know that they are parasites. So, but once you see that happen, know that parasite has happened. Now, most of these bacteria and parasites can be taken care of easily.
I will come to the next one, which is fungi. But let us look at this parasite. They can be taken care of easily. One of the broadcasts I made on my WhatsApp that time was about formalin. Yes, how formalin can be used. If you can get formalin on your farm, if you can get formalin used judiciously, you will take care of this bacteria and parasite easily. Now, another one is salt. Salt. When I mention salt for fish cure, it's not mostly it's not this common salt you eat in your house, but because of access, the salt that is always advisable is industrial salt. Yes, industrial salt is always advisable, but because of access, most people cannot access industrial salt. So that's why people rather use the common salt. Industrial salt is more potent than common salt. For industrial salt, if you are using it, it's 1 gram to 1 liter of water. But for common salt, if you are using it, it's like 2 gram or 2.5 gram, 2.5 gram to 1 liter of water. The common salt, the table salt you use in your kitchen, if you want to use it to apply for either there's bacterial infection, there's parasite infection, you have seen it that is bacteria or parasite. If you want to do that, you use salt, this common salt, if you have it in your house. But like I said, 2 gram or 2.5 gram of water to 1 liter of water. Then, but if you are able to have access to, if you're able to have access to industrial salt, is 1 gram to 1 liter of water. Let's continue. I've mentioned bacteria, I've mentioned parasite, I'll mention fungi. Yes, fungi. Fungi like saprolegnia. Forget the name. Saprolegnia is always found around these people who are doing archery. Sarcopenia is so stubborn that many people who are doing archery don't know that's the fungi they are dealing with, because it's always hiding inside the pipes of water. Especially the outlet pipe. It will go and hide there. You will wash all your pond, do everything. That fungi has gone to hide inside the walls of the pipes of water. Even water cannot wash it off. It will go and hide there. Hide there very well. Attach itself to the walls of the pond. And do you know what happened next? Whenever you spawn your fish in that pond, it's okay, I've done everything I need to do in this pond. You spawn your fish. This thing comes out well, the flies, everything, everybody is happy. Before you know, they start dying massively. You don't know what happened. Saprolegnia that was hiding in the wall, in the pipes, the outlet pipes of your pond, of your Ashley pond, it has come back, because of course water will go through the Ashley pipe. Water that go through the Ashley pipe will allow water to come out again. It will come to the pond and finish up your flies. So you have to understand with me that. But how do you take care of this fungi? One, either you use formalin or you use methylene blue. Methylene blue. So either use formalin or methylene blue to take care of that fungi. Topic today is you and your fish health. And I've mentioned how I've linked to you how your fish health affects your own health and your pocket health. I've told you how to identify sick fish that are sick. Now I'm giving you the causes, some of the causes of sick fish, and the cure instantly. I'm giving them to you already. Now the last one is poor nutrition. Cracked egg in fish is poor nutrition. Vitamin D, C, and F, or calcium, any of those things can cause cracked egg. So if your feed that you are buying is not fortified with enough calcium or with enough vitamin C and D, you are definitely going to have cracked egg in your ponds, among your fish. So tonight, I want to assure you that you are in good hands if you come to this program every week, every month I will call for it. This program is once a month, sponsored by Aquatrack. And then you have seen what Aquatrack does. They help you simplify your farm management. So I want to encourage you that whatever it is you are doing, know that the health of it is the same as the health of your pocket and your own health itself and your own health. So I will take questions at this junction, and Deborah, please look at the chat box and read out the questions. The one that concern you, shoot. The one that concern me, throw it to me. Let's take it from there.
Okay. So the graphic details are not displaying. This was from Mr. Daniel Aguma. Please, is it the graphics for the Aqua Track? Were you not able to see my screen? Well,
The graphics I'm talking about. But well, you have the link. Have you written the website for Aquatrack, the link? Write it there, please.
It's in the
Write for
chat.
them in the chat box.
It's in the chat. It's a pin message in the chat. Yes, it's a pin message in the chat. So you can just click on the link and then go through. I'm so sorry for the graphics not showing. I have no idea. I'm so sorry. So the next question was how many admin can we add, assuming we are to extract the data from other purposes? How can this be done? Okay, so yes, on the system you can add as many people as you want, but you have to be careful because there are so many roles and with specific duties, right? So if you add someone and make like now, let me show you the roles that are available. So let's say I want to add someone, right? I have to select a role. So now you can see there are various roles. There are edit farms, farm admin, and then view farms. So if you put someone as farm admin, this person has a right to add other people into the system, right? If you give someone a role of view farms, all the person can do is just to view the farm. The person cannot edit, the person cannot input data, the person cannot remove data, the person can't do anything. Then
Hmm.
if you give someone the role of just editing farms, this person can only edit, like make the corrections, right? But this person don't have any access or does not have that does not have the authority to add people into this system. So you as the owner, when creating the farm, the best role to give your managers or whoever you trust with this system is the edit farms, so they don't have the right to like bring in other people apart from you, except someone you really really trust or like your own, like your very own partner. You cannot give the person farm admin, right? So you see, but for this system you can add as many people as you want. Then in terms of extracting data, like for the harvest, because this is like a management tool, it's not really easy to pull out data like that because it's something that it's really, you need to be really careful and like keep just like the record. You can't give it to just anybody, right? But for your harvest, in terms of like maybe going through your paid or people that are owing, and maybe with your like your sales person, there's a download sheet. So yeah, you can download the harvest, the people with their sheets, right? So that way you can use it for context in terms of like people that owe, if you have to send it to the person, the agent that sold for you. Yeah, so you can download sheets here. So that's how you can get the data. So the next good presentation we does. Okay. The next, okay,
Next
thank you
question.
very much, Mr. CVA multi-service said great presentation. Thank you. So the next one was okay, what can you use to treat fish with white patches on their head and body? This is for you, Mr. Okun.
Okay, for fish with white patches on their head, is it white patches on their head and body? Means
Yes,
that they are affected by mostly by maybe bacteria called rhinomas. They can also have either white or red patches. Is it that right? White or red patches. So you can use salt to treat them easily. Can use, remember, I've not even mentioned I have not mentioned antibiotics. Probably I didn't mention antibiotics on purpose because antibiotics administration can be used when it's very severe. But if it's not too severe, start with salt. Then if it goes higher, you can use antibiotics. The last one, the last resort can be formalin or another one called chlorophenicol. You're going to go into that later. So, but if you have white patches, please start with salt. You have seen the salt administration. I've said industrial salt, 1 kg, 1 gram, not 1 kg, 1 gram of industrial salt to 1 liter of water. 1 gram to 1 liter. If the sickness is mild, if the sickness is small, increase to 1.5. If it's small, increase it to 2, depending on the severity of the sickness. Thank you very much. You can also use formalin too. Yeah, I've taught how to use formalin. So, next question, please.
okay, so the next person, Mrs. Felicia Peter, said, I'm interested in knowing to go about the programs for taking adequate records in the farm, please. Okay, there, thank you very much for this question. So we have this session every month where we come and like we educate you on like various things and still talk about aquatrack. Also, in the chat, I also dropped like my contact. So if you want like one-on-one consultation where we can talk at length and then I can help you on board in aquatrack, you can actually contact me. My number is in the chat. I pinned it with the website to Aquatrack. So that way too, you can also go to the website and read about everything we are about and what we are offering. But for more context, you can chat me up. Thank you very much. And then the next one was what are the major causes of dropsy in fish and best remedy for it?
Major causes of dropsy in fish is bad water, just bad water. Bad water will make you will make your fish not to have enough oxygen. Now, poor water quality will reduce the oxygen level and when oxygen is too not essential, is not enough in the pond your fish will likely swallow feed. And when they swallow feed, when is the time up? The time is up. When they swallow feed, what happens lastly is that they cannot digest that feed because there's no oxygen in it. The time up.
Yes, but we need to I think there's still like a grace period, but we need to like wrap it up very soon. So let me just quickly go over to the
Okay,
next one.
if you can keep your water quality in optimal, very good. If not, please, if once you notice dropsy, remove all your water. In fact, the first aid for every fish sickness is number one, remove the water. You know when somebody is sick or somebody is involved in accident, and they say before the person paramedic will administer something, they're administering first aid. That first aid you want to do for your own fish is remove the water first. You know if your fish is sick, the first thing you will do before you even make corn, remove the water. Let that water leave there first before you start discussing with the fish. And say, well, but why are you people sick? You come to that. But that's the first aid. For first aid for water for your fish when they are sick is removing the water. After then, you cannot administer the salt treatment before you start thinking of either you use formalin or use other antibiotics. Thank you very much. The next question, please.
Okay, so the next question here is from Mr. Mohammed. He said, okay, can you elaborate more on the causes of death after a few weeks or days of hatching fish and give us some recommendations?
Cause of death after a few days or few weeks. Number one, your broodstock may not be matured enough. Then definitely they are going to die after few weeks because the eggs are not matured enough. Number two is your water parameters. Very, very important. Water parameters could change at any time or maybe poor, you don't know. That is number two. Number three is your handling. Yes, the way you handle the fries, your technical know-how practically will affect your fish either staying or not staying. Number four, I have mentioned fungi infection. Yes, saprolegnia is there, hiding at the walls of your pipes that takes water out. By the time you ash again, they will always come out and attack your fries. So those are some of those causes of death of your fries after few weeks or after few days of ashing. Any other question, please?
Yes, so this person said, Mr. Imash said, please, what's the benefit of using crayfish as a feed? And what its benefit comes ahead of using normal industry feeds?
Oh, I think that using of crayfish as a feed.
What's the benefit of using crayfish versus industry feed? Something like that. That comes ahead of using
Crayfish can serve very close as fish meal, but you cannot just carry your crayfish and feed to your fish. It's very it's not realistic. So it can serve as fish meal. A powdered feed can be a powdered crayfish can be added as something close to fish meal, something close to fish meal. You know that's all the benefit. And of course, fish meal help to boost the growth of your fish whenever you have fish because they contain all the amino acids for the growth of your fish.
yes.
Any other question, please?
Okay, so Mrs. Blessing is asking for like if you could get the link for the full presentation. My network has been unstable. So yes, our YouTube, I just dropped the link. So would really appreciate if everybody can click that YouTube link. So people that would want to like go back to this session. The last link, okay, yes, very good. She has received it. So the last link I just posted in the chats, right? You just have to click on it and then subscribe to that channel. Even the last previous sessions we had with Mr. Okon, you can go there and view the previous sessions. Also, this session will be uploaded this night at most tomorrow morning. So that way you can always come back and then rewatch everything that we spoke about here. Also on our channel, you get to see like the full onboarding process of Aquatrack. So you can also get context there. So I hope that helps. Thank you very much.
Okay, is that the last question?
Yes, that is the last question.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, My name again is Okon Etebonlamba, and I'm the CEO of Code Integrated Farms and Services Limited. Our head office is in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. Today, I'm speaking from Mwanza in Tanzania because I'm here for an aquaculture conference. So next time, I will be speaking from Uyo in my village or speaking from somebody else's village that I don't want to mention the person's name. However, please, I'm begging you, whatever you do, however you do, know that what Product Integrated Farms and Services stand for or do is that we supply fingerlings, supply table size, dry fish. Then recently we are moving to feed production, so we have our feed brand. So if you are, Deborah, please be there, drop the WhatsApp number for them, for Product, so you
Yeah.
can contact us on that WhatsApp number so that we can do business together and help you to keep your farm better. WhatsApp number +234-8069786158. So use that to contact us, and we are going to use that +234 or
08069786158. Again, 08069786158. That is WhatsApp line. Use to contact us, and we're going to give you everything you need for fish farming business. Thank you very much. And from me, all the way from Mwanza in Tanzania, I said good night. And in Tanzania, it's called Asante Sana for coming. That is, thank you very much for coming online tonight. It's called Asante Sana. I'm already speaking Swahili with you people. So everybody who say I laugh in Swahili, I'm already speaking in Swahili with you.
Thank you very much. See you next time. Look out for the next topic. It will come out. Follow us on all the social media and do our social media and go to social media and do. The next topic will come out. It's going to be a boom, very big one. Thank you and remain blessed. May your farm be profitable, and you're going to come back and give testimony. Thank
Yes,
you.
so
Thank you. Asante Sana.
thank you very much. Thank you everyone for joining. It's from you see me your favorite host. Thank you. Good night. How do I stop this recording? Okay. Stop recording and stop this one.